What's up, family? The major bill received a blow yesterday when it was time to bring it to a vote in Congress. Congress has been working on this deal for a few weeks now, and as soon as they finally added the finishing touches to it, it received a major blow. We have reports that this bill ended up failing to pass because of one person. Let's go ahead and talk about it. But before we get started, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Starting off with a little bit of global news. You guys remember Tucker Carlson? He used to work for Fox News, in which he ended up losing his job. He ended up getting fired with a large severance package. But anyways, he ended up starting his own show on Twitter, or known as X now. But anyways, he has a show right there. And news just broke yesterday that he has confirmed an actual interview with Russia's Vladimir Putin. What do you think about this, guys? We haven't seen anything like this in the past, and here we are, especially during this particular climate in which the war in Ukraine continues to go on, and the United States is providing more money and military aid to Ukraine while they continue to defend Russia. Vladimir Putin said that he would like to meet with this particular journalist to discuss some things. But anyways, guys, I know a lot of different mixed emotions are going on social media, but I will say that if you think about it and put things into perspective, he is a journalism person, in which this is exactly what they do. They go and interview people regardless what type of affiliation they have, or if they're against the United States or things like that. So when you put that into perspective, this might not necessarily be a bad thing, I will say, because he doesn't have to worry about Fox News or even CNN shutting down different type of information that is transposed during this interview. This could be a very well candid interview with some candid information. We could potentially find out some secrets that maybe Putin has against the United States that he might want to reveal during this particular interview. And there is no way for either the government or news station conglomerates like Fox News or CNN to shut that information down. This is almost like the days when Snowden ended up releasing all of that data regarding the United States of America. So anyways, guys, what do you think about Tucker Carlson interviewing Vladimir Putin? Let me know how you feel about this down below in the comment section. I would love to get your take on it. But anyways, guys, moving on, let's go ahead and talk about this bill that was almost about to pass in Congress. Yes, guys, we were talking about earlier this week, within the last 24 hours or so, in which the GOP as well as the Democrats have been working on a bill for multiple weeks now, and they finally finished up the finishing touches to this bill, and they were ready to bring it to a vote. And unfortunately, that bill ended up failing. Yes, guys, the GOP ended up delivering a death blow to this bipartisan border bill. As you can see right there, President Biden is speaking in regards to this particular situation, and this effort to pass this Senate bipartisan border bill ended up collapsing on Tuesday after Republicans backed away from the package, effectively punting on the issue until after November and infuriating the Democrats. In the process, the top Senate Republicans said that they would block the chamber from beginning to consider this bill, with more than half the Congress declaring their outright opposition to the bill. Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer had planned to bring this $118 billion supplemental bill to the floor today on Wednesday, but unfortunately that might not happen as well. It seemed like they were pretty much all in favor of passing this bill until one particular individual ended up killing the deal altogether. Can you imagine one person having that much power? I'll let you know about that in just a moment. But anyways, like I said, the House ended up rejecting this bill that would have provided $17.6 billion to Israel in more aid as they continue to fight in Gaza. Yes, guys, like I said, the bill ended up failing by a vote 250 to 180. The legislation faced some fierce opposition from multiple corners of the lower chamber, and they require significant bipartisan support as Republican leaders put the bill under suspension for now. Like I said, they are suspending this potential to pass this bill until later on this year in November. Why is that so? Well, because the elections is around the corner, and typically the elections are going on in November. So why not punt this bill until that particular time frame, depending on who we have for the next president of the United States. But anyways, one particular person that is getting the blame right now is the former president, Donald Trump. And yes, obviously in particular fashion, President Biden is now blaming Trump for sinking the bipartisan immigration bill. Yes, Biden is urging lawmakers to show some spine and pass this immigration bill despite the opposition from Donald Trump. But unfortunately, they wasn't able to do that. But President Biden said that Donald Trump, is the main culprit in regards to not passing this bill on Tuesday. He said that, look, all indications are that the bill won't even move forward to the Senate floor. Why? The simple reason, Donald Trump, Biden said, because Donald Trump thinks it's bad for him politically. And I will say that previously, the former president, Donald Trump, was talking about they need to implement a border bill that would basically shut down the border. So yes, previously Donald Trump was for having any type of bill that was going to shut down the border. But now that they were getting close to passing this bill, Donald Trump said, no, Republicans, you do not pass that bill. You need to go ahead and wait until I get into office before you do anything, because I'd rather have no bill in regards to shutting down the border rather than having a bad bill that will shut down the border. Guys, is that sort of contradicting itself? I'm not necessarily sure. I don't know the specifics, but I do know this bill did not pass. And Donald Trump has a lot of power, guys. I don't know if you guys agree with it or not, but he does. You already see the polls out there in regards to who America is voting for the next president of the United States. And some of that reason is because President Biden has failed the American people. He has failed the United States. He has failed protecting this country from allowing illegal immigrants to come over in droves of up to 100,000 people per day. But anyways, we talked about that on the last video. But as of right now, guys, this bipartisan bill that was looking very promising, which was going to shut down the border as well as to provide some additional aid to Israel and some additional aid to Ukraine, that bill, that piece of legislation, has now been shut down. And all because potentially, allegedly, because of the former president, Donald Trump. But hold on a second. We might have one more culprit that could be the reason that this particular bill did not pass as well. And that is, we have just heard from Senator Ted Cruz, and he is calling out Senator Mitch McConnell, saying that he is getting too old. It is time for him to step down as our GOP leader. He does not represent the values that the rest of the Republicans are having. And for that reason alone, it is time for him to shut down his service as a senator of the United States. Yes, guys, we were talking about Senator Ted Cruz, in which he pointed to what he called the mismanagement of the border security and Ukraine funding package, which he said this information on Tuesday, and said that it is time for Senator Mitch McConnell to step down as a Senate GOP leader. Cruz was one of the 10 Republican senators who voted against McConnell's reelection as the Senate minority leader after the 2022 election. And he is the longtime critic of McConnell's leadership of the GOP. But anyways, when he was asked at a press conference whether it's time for McConnell to go, Cruz replied, yes, I think it is. Everyone here also supported the leadership challenge to Mitch McConnell back in November of 2022. And he said at a press conference with Senator Rick Scott, Mike Lee, Ron Johnson, Vance, and Roger Marshall, and Eric Schmidt, saying that, look, I think a Republican leader should actually lead this conference and should advance the priorities of Republicans, not make deals with the Democrats. So yes, that is the big concern right now in regards to Mitch McConnell. I think he is kind of more, willing to work with the Democrats versus strictly saying no to the Democrats. And that is why a lot of GOP Republicans are stepping up and calling for him to resign and leave the Senate position, because they feel like he is not representing them and he is not on their team. They basically said that you are pretty much siding and working with the Democrats. And for that reason, you need to step down. anyways, guys, that is the latest in regards to the political atmospheric thing that is going on out there, and what will be the next step. Will Mitch McConnell step down? We already know that he is dealing with different type of health issues, but so far he hasn't said anything in regards to stepping down and retiring at this old age right now. But anyways, that is all we have for you today, and I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, that's all we have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the items down below in the description. There are a couple of opportunities for you to earn some free money. Also, don't forget about signing up for the Amazon Prime membership, where you can get 30 days for free, which is a great time right now, as you can order things and have them delivered to your front door for free. Also, check out their groceries. They have a plethora of options out there, and you can get those delivered to you for free as well. But anyways, those are just a few. Check out the links down below. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.